What's up, gamers? Welcome back to part 11 of my Disco Elysium playthrough. So we just got done investigating this green truck, I guess, for information about the drug trade in Revachol. So I guess my plan for this episode is we're going to hopefully speak to I think her name was Joyce, the lady from the company, whatever company she's working on. I can't remember. Like, it's been a few weeks, but we're gonna speak to Joyce about the drug info, and Titus Hardy as well. Yeah, about the drug trade. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna start with the Hardy boys first because they're closer, and then we're gonna head all the way up to where Joyce is and speak to her about the drug trade. But we're gonna try and basically negotiate with her because we need information from her. So we're gonna try and hold off on the drug info so she can. Maybe we're gonna try and pressure her essentially into giving us the info that we need. I think, yeah, Joyce's info on the lynching. Yeah, so we need to kind of strong arm her into giving us that info without giving her the info that she wants first. So yeah, that's the plan for this episode, I think. And we'll see what happens. Again, not quite sure what to do next fully, but that's probably a pretty good starting point at least. As far as making progress, which is, it's difficult, but we're getting there. Still don't know how to get to the harbor just yet with Everard, but hopefully this will lead us down that path. Officer? Okay. Okay, there we go. It's been a while.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
Oh, okay. The racist told us where her cabin is. We only searched it. No trouble, she's going to be fine. That's going to be an investigation. Sorry, man, I can't disclose the facts of an official investigation to you. No trouble, she's going to be fine.
Oh man, that's like a load off my mind. All that stress was messing up my rhymes.
Yeah, I don't want to, I mean, there probably will be an investigation eventually, but I don't want to ruin Tommy's day. Because he's such a good guy. He seems like a chill guy. What's the plan with those rhymes anyway?
Oh, Tommy Laham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats.
Oh?
I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
Yeah, why Tommy Lahm? I mean, it's a cool name.
Tommy Lahm was taken.
Tommy Lahm.
My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
Interesting. He shrugs in a what can you do manner. Tommy Lahm was taken. Yeah, because in French, they always shorten articles and nouns. When it comes to le and la, based on vowels and whatnot. Because in French the H is silent, so whenever they this is so boring. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but yeah, whenever they have an H word, they always get rid of the H. They get rid of the H and they pick the next letter, which in this case is an O. So when you have two vowels next to each other, E and O, they immediately just shorten it because it's easier to say. So instead of le homme, which is kind of clunky, it's l'homme. It's instead of le hospital, it's l'hospital, that sort of thing. But if there's no H, then it depends on if it's a vowel or a consonant. But if there's an H, then they just ignore it and they pick the next letter, which like I said, is no. So yeah, Tommy Lahm was taken, which is unfortunate, but Tommy Lahm is more unique. I guess it kind of stands out. But Jerry Lafitte is also a pretty cool name. Jerry Lafitte. Okay. Tommy's way better. Yeah. I mean, I guess. Tommy Lahm does have a certain je ne sais quoi to it that Jerry Lafitte doesn't.
It's more him.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely fits his vibe more. Alright, I had another question actually. Good luck with that, Tommy, got around.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I love that this is still locked. Okay, never mind. I don't have anything else to say. Okay, at least we kind of resolved that little subplot. Okay, let's do that a bit. There we go. So we're going to confront the Hardy boys about the drug trade. Nope. Come on, game. There we go. Cool. Okay, let's head back into the Welling in Rags. Okay, let's quick save before we do this. Okay, let's talk to her
I've got
first.
nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Okay, never mind. Let's just talk to them directly. Or that.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The
Interesting.
hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
I don't know if I missed this back when I interviewed these guys, or if this is new. It feels new. I feel like I would have noticed that, but oh well.
The men are talking, but you swear you hear those black limbs tap on the window as the wind blows outside.
Perception side, heroic. 15. Look out the window. Very low, 3%. Minus 12. It's not time yet. Boss 1. Mysterious door scene. Let's
There's a
quit
little
us.
slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside. You're not so sure about that. Somehow you just know there's something out there behind the glass.
Yeah, I feel like this is where like the Inland Empire starts to kind of kick in a bit too much. Like I feel like, yeah, we're starting to kind of like lose our mind a little bit. So I don't know if we want to pursue this as much. It's not time yet. The Inland told you. There's something out there.
Yeah, your mother.
Okay. It's not time yet. I wonder why it says that. But I mean, it's a white check, so we can't retry it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just black tangles like the hair of an old woman. Motionless. The wind in the yard doesn't reach the hawthorn, nor does the light come in from this window.
Okay, revert your gaze. Interesting. So maybe whenever it's time, we'll look out the window again. I have no idea what that means, but we'll see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens when we talk
Looks
to the party
like
boys.
the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not look particularly happy to see you. Okay, I want to talk about the hanging again. I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy Boy? Guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade. Established authority. Week when you first met. Okay. Found 8 sets of footprints. I'm kind of curious about this. Because we know that the 8th person was the lady that Tommy was talking about, or talking to. I can't remember her name, unfortunately. But, can we find it here? Yeah, it's just the person who was there. I can't remember the person's name, but, oh. Okay. I'm gonna go down this route.
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us, and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
Yeah, no, I think I'm okay. I don't want to be the 8th Hardy Boy. He shakes his head.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
This person Glenn wants to hire, he really respects her.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
I mean, that doesn't give us any information that we didn't already know. That she's involved, but...
So let me get
Still.
this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
He points at the lieutenant.
you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Well, that's... Okay, that's terrifying.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
The lieutenant adjusts his spectacles.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
Yeah. Interesting. Should I try this? No, I'm just gonna leave. Like, what's his name? Like Kim thought. There's no point pushing it further. Okay. Or maybe I should, because that quest didn't update. So, okay, might as well quick save. Okay, let's try this again. Let's talk to him about the drug
Looks
trade.
like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Because I want to see what happens if we update that quest. Okay, guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos.
Okay, interesting. Wonder what that means.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
He taps on his notebook that turns to you.
No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
You're right, there is no local drug trade except you. Points at Titus. Or point at Titus. No, do the honor, you've earned it. None of them do. Again, I knew they'd never enough to back off. No, do the honor, you've earned it. Yeah.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
Yeah. I'm also like more than willing to let Kim do all the serious work because I'm a joke. I'm a bit of a joke. And Kim, you know, he knows what he's doing and he's got this more than I do. So yeah, I feel like it's better for him to kind of deliver the coup de grace, as he said.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
He rubs his jaw, smiling. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I guess this is definitely a very organized sort of drug trade. It's not just like a, you know, amateur operation. So it makes sense that somebody like Titus would be running it.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
This is disgusting. You're admitting to profiting off of poisoning your own people. Good idea. People are always going to do drugs. At least this way you have some control over it. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. I know for a fact there's still plenty of drugs out there. I'm not going to do the good idea one. Yeah, I might as well do this one, because I feel like going, this is disgusting, might piss him off a bit much. I don't know.
No, there aren't. Some little shit and his dad are doing speed. Who fucking who? Stuff's probably from Jamrock.
Whatever you've seen is peanuts. Look at the big picture, man. The place is a paradise. And all thanks to Hardy Boys.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy Boys here.
The 8th Hardy, the one who's missing. She runs the thing, right?
My answer is, fuck off. Mind your own business.
He takes a step closer.
There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
I was wondering if I should chime in, because I feel like Titus is definitely getting a bit too loose with the information, as it were. Woman size.
I know.
The little man raises his index finger excitedly.
He's so fucking fat, he left 2 sets of footprints.
Wow, good one, Shanky.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You
Yeah, there
heard
we
him.
go.
It was Angus on all fours.
That's what I'm
Anything
talking
else
about.
you need to know?
Task complete. Okay. Confronted about drug trade. Discuss 8th Hardy. Very low still. Okay, let's leave. Okay, that was progress, I guess. Kind of. Don't know where that leaves us really, but still. I'm curious. We got a skill point though, which is good. Okay. Nice. Gotcha. Now we got to talk to Joyce about the lynching. And then after that, hopefully, try and get into the harbor with Everclear. So yeah, that's. I guess. I mean, I don't know if we can really talk to Kim about that.
Yes?
Okay. Nothing. Okay. Okay, good. Let's. So now that we've done that, which doesn't really give us a whole lot of information other than the Hardys are connected to the drug trade. And that lady, and that mysterious lady is also involved, obviously. I guess now, yeah, we do have to talk to Joyce. That's the only other thing I can really think of. It's also very snowy right now. It's a very cold day. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna head up here to towards where Joyce is, and then hopefully we can, like I said, strong arm her into giving us info on what we need to know about the lynching. And hopefully we won't fuck it up this time. But just in case, I'm gonna quick save. Okay, let's talk to her.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Okay, you see, I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in. Now, I spoke with the lorrymen at the roundabout. Okay, hopefully this works.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Okay, let's just check this first. Where is it? Jam mystery, was it? Yeah. Okay. Wait, where exactly are these eyes located? We've discovered it enough to conclude for now. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna do this one first.
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
She's really trying to get us to let our guard down and, like, give up her info. I'm wise to her tricks this time. I wasn't the first time, but I am this time,
If
hopefully.
there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn.
She says, her tone more cautious suddenly.
I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
What was that about a bloodbath? I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and strike, but I need your testimony.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
Okay, let's not conclude, obviously. Let's pursue this, okay. I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Okay, interesting. A momentary lapse of faith. What happened?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Okay, that makes sense. You need a security detail.
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They're meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Interesting.
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and
ceramic
years
armor.
of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
Interesting. I wonder if that's maybe a version of PTSD. I don't know these things, so I don't know if that's actually a real concept that exists in our world, obviously, not in the game. But that is intriguing. But the ceramic armor detail is very interesting. So I'm guessing that one of these 3 people had to be the guy who was murdered, right? Okay, interesting. So they're a security detail for... So, like, she's representing, like, the dock workers, and then you have the union. It's a separate group of people, which is interesting. Okay, I'm trying to, like, piece it all together in my head. It's a lot of info to take in, and, like, a lot of different... I guess maybe, like, 2 different parties, but still, it's interesting.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman. while he was
right.
drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
Yeah, so that I guess corroborates with what the Hardy Boys talked about, right? The guy who assaulted a woman, and that's why they murdered him. That's interesting. It's dark, but it makes sense.
He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched.
Yeah.
Last Sunday night.
Okay, what then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
Oh shit, okay, that's definitely not going to escalate things. Like crazy.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
All of the Hardy Boys.
It'll be all of them.
Yeah.
The decision is already made.
You've made a mess here. I have to say, this is not Disco. Maybe the investigations can team up, share resources and intelligence. Boy, oh boy, is that not good. You've made a mess here.
It was the Union who strung him from that tree. My hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before Crenell indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
Okay, a wave crashes against the side of her boat, and she grabs hold of the mainsail.
if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
Oh god, that's worst case scenario. That's like endgame level shit. Yeah, I imagine it's probably gonna. That's probably not only is that terrifying, but I imagine that's also a possibility as far as what could happen in this game. Like I feel like this game probably has like different endings depending on the choices that you make, and I feel like that's probably the worst possible ending. It's just getting all of them killed, and us essentially failing our job.
The Debarders have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
Oh god. Yeah. Doesn't matter how many men you have. A smaller party is extremely powerful.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
But we also don't have our gun, which is intriguing. Because if most Union workers don't have guns, then I wonder if one of them does have our gun specifically. Intriguing. Okay, I can't see it happen. Too many things would have to go wrong first. Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario I'm describing? I think the confrontation is inevitable. Too many things would have to go wrong first.
Too many things have already gone wrong. Nameless, badgeless detective of the Citizens Militia.
Oh god. Okay.
All we can do is keep that which is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Okay. Good to know. We got another skill point, which is nice. Oh boy. Okay. Where was the thing? Which is info on the lynching, right? Yeah. Okay, well that's done. So now just go debrief. Okay. There's a lot of info here. What can you tell me about Crenell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Down a deep, black well.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors. Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands. Countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay. Interesting.
Sadly,
Got anything
no.
else on them?
Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
She thinks.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Okay. I mean, I guess we could maybe call up our station and like see if they can give us info.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Could you contact the company, tell them to call them
I
up?
have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
Clear. So the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Okay, who did the passing on then? What did these teenagers by the canal say?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe. That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Yeah, I thought we did, didn't we? I thought... Didn't the Hardy Boys talk about that? So, I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
Who was this
That's a
woman?
good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
Yeah, I'm curious, because I assume she's still around, like I don't know, the town. So maybe we'll be able to speak to her. Okay, it's Colonel, the one who was hanged. Did you know him? Okay.
If you mean did I see him alive, yes. But I did not know him.
His name was...
Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Okay, Miss Lily, anything else? Nationality? How old would you say he was?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Okay. Cool, dating information. Okay, where are the remaining 2 marks now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth.
Yeah, definitely don't want to try hunting them down. We'll probably end up dying.
They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Okay, we'll steer clear from the moment. Actually, maybe we should know where they are. Actually, yeah, we'll steer clear.
That's wise.
I don't know.
Our goal is to avert catastrophe. Besides, you're likely to encounter them sooner or later.
Yeah, that's true. I doubt we'll avoid them the entirety of this game. How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah. They wouldn't want to report back on it because one of their own was killed, so that makes sense. There's a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay.
5 days, not more. Maybe sooner.
Oh god, okay, I hate that. That's very uncomfortable. Don't like the sound of that.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
5 days. And we're on day 2. Okay, we have about until day 7, I guess. Oh god, okay. That's very stressful. That's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Now, can you tell me about these tattoos? Show me the photo. Because we never got to, like, investigate that with anyone.
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence.
Okay. Really pondering that photo, isn't she?
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
Interesting. I wonder why that's... I wonder why that's what her reaction is, specifically. That's interesting. What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Okay, say nothing.
Port cities. On the oceans. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Delorian century. As early as 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
Interesting. Okay. So it's like an ocean constellation, as it were. Interesting. What is the use of this map? What travels did the dead man make? You could tell me more. What's the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Huh. That's a cool concept. Very sort of atmospheric. Very sad, but it's beautiful. I like that.
Where is he now?
This one is going nowhere but the morgue. I've spoken to him for now. I spoke to the dead man. He was kind of creepy and kind of weird, but he seemed like a chatterbox. But now the salt's fastened inside his corpse. This one has flown quite far by now. Nowhere, there is no salt. One has flown quite far by now.
I would say he's near the Arcade Islands by now, ready to exit the Elysium and enter the Pale, if I've read his home address correctly.
She smiles. That's nice. I mean, he did assault someone, so maybe not nice, but I don't know. What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
Okay.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnes Islands, then this.
She points to his heart. What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Okay, so we need to find someone who can. Ask another about the tattoo's possible meaning. Probably talk to about 2 people about it. You should probably talk to about 2 people about them for this. Interesting. So, there's one other person we could talk to, I suppose. Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Yeah, that would upset them.
You wouldn't even know where to start.
Okay, that's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Okay, I think we're done now. Great. So basically, I have no idea what to do next. But that was interesting. Can we talk to Kim about anything?
Yes?
Okay, nothing. Great. So now this is the bit of the playthrough where I start to panic a little bit because I don't know what I'm doing. But okay, so I think the only other option that I think we have is to basically just get into the harbor, right? That's the only other thing I can think of. Because I'm pretty sure everywhere else is kind of a dead end. So we need we need to get into the harbor to talk to Everard Clare. And the only way to do that, as far as I can tell, is to talk to what's his name? The big guy. What's his name? Not Titus Hardy. It's hang on, what's his name? I can look this up. Just bear with me real quick. Mesha, that's it. I had to check my YouTube channel for that in real time. But yeah, so his name is Measurehead. So we're gonna have to talk to Measurehead and try and like negotiate our way into the harbor. And that's the only other thing I can think of in terms of like a major story progress. So I guess that's my next major plan. But before we do that, I kind of want to go through the tasks just to see if there's anything we can possibly do before we go back to Measurehead, because that guy is terrifying, and I don't want to like endorse his like weird racist ideology either in order to get into the harbor, because it's either that or fighting him physically, which is a nightmare. And I'm definitely not going to win in a physical fight with him. So those are the only two things that we have available to us, I think, as far as like major story progress. But first, let's just go through the tasks. So we have track down your gun, which we can't do. Smoker on the balcony. I mean, we could maybe try and find a way inside the large apartment building. I mean, we could try and like look around for ways to get into that building. Could be through this door. It's hard to say though.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
This is like, I feel like the only way. Or maybe there's another way, but I feel like this is the only option. And knock again.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Oh, is that a different voice?
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Hold on, who am I speaking
Doesn't
to?
matter who I am. Now go. The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
Okay, but then now we have a new option, which is I need to talk to a young man in the store.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Okay, there is a backyard door. Okay, good to know. She tries off leaving the sentence unfinished.
Backyard door. With the smoker. You already were there.
Yeah, you there.
Decent work.
I checked the backyard, but couldn't get in that way.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
Okay. We have a skill check, which we can hopefully pass. Okay, so convince her that you're a real policeman, which is a medium 10 in the authority. Okay. Level is 3, which is good. Okay. Kim is here. Kim confirmed you are officers. Okay, and this is the white check, so we can retry it. So hopefully this works.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
The kind of threatening legalese. Oh no, that's funny. Okay, am I? Okay. Now, your non-compliance is hindering a police matter. I may be forced to refer you for potential prosecution. I mean, we can try that.
I know my rights, and don't you mom me, boy.
The voice snaps back.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Kim, no. I don't have my badge.
Hold your horses.
Oh god, okay. You hear the click of a night lash before the lady on the other side gets caught in a coughing
I
spasm.
don't care about your stinking badge. Just
Oh, thank
come
God.
in.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, I would have ended horribly. Okay, Item gain, key to apartment building. She manages to say with a wheeze, just come in. Okay, good. Okay, it's not quite story progress, but it is progress. Okay, smoker on the balcony. Ask around for his apartment number. Okay, good. Hopefully this is progress. Okay. There's the old lady. Just quick save before we talk to her because I'm terrified. Let's check this first. Mom and 8th, the mailbox is overflowing. The repeater says a firing squad for the rich. Yeah, that tracks.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
Last time the policeman had asked you to open the door, are you sure you don't want to see my badge? Well, let's not do that because we don't have our badge. So that'll go horribly wrong. Are you alright? Should I call a doctor? This won't take long. I only have a few questions. Yeah, I don't know if this is really going to make any difference. Like, she's probably not going to say yes. Okay.
Go ahead, then. What do you want to know, policeman?
Who are you? I'm looking for Martin Martinez. I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
He's one of the residents on a vacation. The mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
Okay, what can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still...
She leaves on her broom.
She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
Okay, that's all.
She
Thanks.
mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Okay, who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you can call it living.
Do you live here, I should say?
I have a little room
Didn't say that.
upstairs, right next to the cold room.
Well, I guess that would explain it. Why she's so sick. She spits on the floor before wiping it off with a broom.
It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
Okay. Just on her chin, eyes shining.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the cold room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
Okay, I'm looking for Martin Martinez, which is definitely his real name. But before we do that, I mean... Yeah, God, she seems like a very sad character. Okay, what she gets to... I mean, this is just like a very sad little square of people. Little town of people. Just trying to get by. And they're very down on their luck, which makes sense. I'm looking for Martin Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
She still has a gap-toothed smile when she hears you mention the name. What do you mean? I wasn't joking. No, you don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinez. He told me he's Martin Martinez. What do you mean? I wasn't joking. Because obviously I'm not going to pursue this because his name obviously isn't Martin Martinez. That's ridiculous. Like, he was clearly lying to us.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
Yeah.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
He stops before he offends you. Like, how about a young male in his mid-20s, dark and skinny build, smoker on the balcony? Know where he lives? There we go. Now we're being a bit more specific.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble, I just want to talk to him. You know where he lives? He's wanted for murder. He's going away for life.
Talk?
The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
He lives upstairs in room 28.
Okay, there
Go
we
to
go.
the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Okay. That's not now, which is kind of bad. Okay. But at least that's something. Door number 28.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Okay. Thanks, I'm off. Leave. Bye. Okay. Good. Again, I don't think this is actually going to like result in huge story progress or anything, but we might as well pursue one of our tasks. Oh, thank God, money. Okay, I mean, it's nothing, but still, it's something. Door number 9 is locked. What the hell is that? Postcard? Oh, cool. That's something to sell, which is nice. Because as far as I know, I think I might have said it earlier, but as far as I know, postcards are items that you can absolutely sell without consequence. Because they don't have any like use in terms of the story or the characters. So you can just sell all postcards. I mean, we'll get 15 cents out of it, but you know, it's better than nothing. This crumpled up postcard depicts an open-air market in Boogie Street about 5 years ago. A vendor smiles as dead roosters line his stalls, hung by their feet from canopy. Red blood flows onto the muddy street, blurring shadows of people pass. Yikes. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's a cool image at least. Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, never mind. Trying to investigate the door. There we go.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Knock.
The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side.
Knock again.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
What the fuck? Again, little glitches here and there with the dialogue, but it's interesting. I don't know. You know what happened there? This time the steps come closer. Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. The tone is now getting a defensive
Do you
edge.
have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Okay.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, never mind. Let's just move on. What's
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
Chalk, huh? Maybe a child drew it? Maybe Kudo? Examine the padlock.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
Well, we do have those, but maybe we
Better
should
whip
knock
out those
first.
cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Yeah, let's knock
No
first.
reply.
Maybe we... I don't know if we should. Someone just drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers.
Oh,
The
okay.
iconography of communism, in other words.
It also has massive Alan Wake energy. Alan Wake too, obviously with the deer stuff, but expect the symbol closer.
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mezov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
Why is the star upside down? What's the deal with the antlers? Why white? What does it evoke in me? Why is the star upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old order.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, some social democrats were already using it.
What's the deal with the
The
antlers?
wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it.
Okay, why white?
Because white is the color of peace.
That makes sense. Well, what does it evoke in me? As a self-made communist man, apparently.
Gone. Gone is
Oh,
the
shit.
glory of hope. Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain in dirty hallways.
Ooh, yeah, that actually makes sense. It's not quite what it was, I guess. Maybe the doorway to the balcony. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. Go to the balcony. Rich notices a missing pass of plastered on top of each other. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. Moment 12. A loud rumbling snore comes from within. Snoring is scary somehow. You should leave. Good to know. Oh. The shower curtains accompany some sort of slime. Nice. 22 cents, hell yeah. It's good that I'm exploring around these places as well for money because. Nope, did not mean to talk to you, Kim. Oh, flip up sunglasses, the auditor. What the hell? +1 logic, balancing the books, -1 authority, filthy boho, probably a narcomaniac. Flip up sunglasses were fashionable in the old, but have since lost their popularity. Their thin gold alloy wire frames are a reminder of drug-addled bohemian artists. These days, the glasses are only favored by organized crime accountants who desire to look cool. Well, we gotta put them on. Let's take off our hat real quick. Oh my god, that looks awful. That's such a cursed look. I do want to put that hat back on though. Okay. Well, this is certainly quite a look that we've got going on here. Okay, there's an exit. So this is the back entrance. Yeah, let's head back in. Alright, so we have the balcony. But we also have some stuff back here that I didn't investigate. Off to the left side. Our note reads, foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. What's that? Someone has torn down the wall.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor.
Okay, rub your sides for wall.
A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees Celsius.
Interesting. So I'm assuming this is the person, the woman who lived in this apartment before it was foreclosed, obviously. Yeah, her face
Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
Okay, the plan.
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
So maybe that explains why the part of the wall was torn down. Look around
It's
yourself.
clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
Okay, shiver, finish thought. Very interesting. See, look, below looks cold and winter grey. Wonder what happened to this person though. The old grocery list on the table and checks. Never mind, this is the bathroom? Okay, next to this. Nope, not that. We have 8. Here we have. Oh, those are that good. 20 cents. Nice. Getting closer to the amount of money that I got. Still not quite. Okay. Let's check that door. Oh, never mind. Okay, that's basically all there is here. But we also have the chain door here, which I guess is the only other option. So, just in case this is a terrible choice, I'm going to save. Because this could be Kuno's house. Okay, let's equip the thing. Chain cutters. Okay, let's try
This
this.
door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
Cool. Glad Kim's not opposed to this. Okay, interesting. Fairly small room. Okay, what's here? What's that? Some Elysium lounge jacket. I don't know what we gained. I don't know what the first item was, but maybe it was like just like nose effect or something. Conceptualization, summer plans. A classic white summer jacket loved both by the Sarah Merizian Communist Party and the accompanying Subtropical drug traffickers. It fits you well regardless of your political ambitions. I mean, that is a look. Not gonna lie, that is quite a look. Okay. I was about to switch things up fashion style. Okay. Looks at a critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. A flamboyant poster of a white star, real lithography. This was a communist because of the white star on the outside wall. What the
A
hell's
plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
I'm assuming he's supposed to be like essentially a parody or like an alternate version of Karl Marx, right, from our world, in terms of communism and the history of it and everything. I'm assuming that's what that's supposed to be a reference to in this game. Kraz Marzov. Why does this tenant have a bust of Kraz Marzov in their bedroom? Also, on top of their bed, on a shelf? That's a bold choice, man. Like, if that fell off, you'd be dead. Okay, Father Marzov, the hero of the working class, to leave the statue.
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
He looks around before mumbling to himself. Father Marzov, the hero of the working class.
Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm.
I'm going full communism, baby. I'm going fully down that rabbit hole, apparently, in this game. He leans closer to inspect the photos of revolutionaries on the
There
wall.
aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Interesting. Okay. There are always going to be people that do. Oh, okay. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. Also true. So close that door. Okay, good. Well, thankfully that wasn't Kuno's place, because I feel like that would have ended terribly. Okay, let's do this, shall we? And now we're up here. Yep. Money, please. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Makes sense. Okay, that's also that. Hell yeah, 75 real. We're making so much money this episode. Okay, what's this? Psycho didn't go away. Strange. Let's head up though. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Ooh, respect that. Might as well get some nature in this place.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security.
Pretty sure this is the door we're looking for, right? Number 28?
Number 28.
Yeah.
This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
Damn it. Okay. Well, it's gonna be a while before we can do that. He looks around taking in the course.
We should return tonight after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
What are you talking about? Sounds good. Tonight at 9. I don't think I can make it. Yeah, sounds good.
Tonight at 9 p.m. Right here. Apartment number 28. Good. Let's go.
Writes it down into his little notebook. Okay. Well, it's gonna be a while before we can do that. I also need to get enough money before 9 p.m. to pay off guard. Okay. Time after 9 p.m. to see if anyone's home. This is the door to apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here is at home. This is the door to apartment 30. Voices from within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. Oh yeah. Mad respect. Okay, there's also some stuff up there, but I don't know how to get to that. Oh. Well, it seems like that's all we can really do here for now. Okay, so in terms of other tasks, okay, so smoke on the balcony 9 p.m. Get a reality lowdown. We could talk to Joyce about that. That is possible. Sing karaoke, again not yet. Okay, find a way to the secret passage. No clue how to do that. Keep searching for the call, it's going to take some time. Someone else about that tattoo's possible meaning. We put the clothes in the trash. Okay. May take a while. Track down our badge, pay guard, getting the money down. Yeah, we need to access the harbor. Where's the waterlock on Wednesday? Again, that's a day away. Okay. Morel, the cryptozoologist. It's going to take a while to get to him. Legal authority to Titus Hardy. Okay, it's going to take a while. Getting the hangman's boots. Okay, so the only other thing I can think of is to get a reality lowdown. And then after that, it's going to be basically just getting into the harbor. Like, that's the only other big thing we can do. Which means going back to Measurehead and speaking to him. So I guess those are the only other two options. But I'm going to save those for the next episode because I feel like this episode is getting a bit long and I don't want to kind of drag things out a bit more. But yeah, I feel like an hour long is pretty good. So next episode, I'm going to start things off by speaking to Joyce about the like reality lowdown thing, and hopefully that gives me some information and finishes up that like little task. And then other than that, I'm going to head back to the harbor and speak to Measurehead, and just finally try and get in to speak to Everard Clare, because I feel like I've been kind of floundering around for like 11 episodes, but I feel like it's about time. I mean, we've made some decent progress, you know, with the investigation and with talking to like the Hardy Boys and whatnot and the drug trade and connecting everything, but I feel like meeting Everard Clare is going to be like the next big step. So I feel like saving that for the next episode is a good idea, and I'm gonna fucking try everything I can to get to him, because yeah, I feel like at this point it feels like the only option like that we have in terms of like big picture stuff, because yeah, in terms of like, you know, maybe, and also even in terms of like getting money, because right now like I'm still, you know, a solid like 13 real away from being able to pay God. So I feel like speaking to Everard might get me a chance to get some money from him, which means even though, you know, that would technically mean I would end up in his pocket, and that wouldn't be great. But I feel like the way the game is kind of progressing right now, it feels like the only way to make money in this game is to like accept a bribe from someone, either Joyce, the company rep, or Everard Clare, or like somebody who's like interests don't 100% align with yours, and puts you into their pocket essentially for the most part. So I feel like that's the only way to be able to pay off God in terms of finding a place to stay, or we like find, you know, a good Samaritan who allows us to stay at that place. But I highly doubt we will. So, and again, this is my first playthrough, so I don't know. I don't quite know like what the ins and outs are in terms of like, you know, how to get money and like how to make progress and like how to, you know, or like the secret ways of like getting into the harbor or like anything like that. So I'm kind of like, you know, taking it all in at once. But yeah, I hope that eventually we'll be able to like, you know, we'll be able to kind of like start getting some successes as far as like, you know, getting money and like speaking to Everard and like, you know, progressing the story in a big way. So yeah, I think so bear with me is basically what I'm trying to say. Bear with me as I try to kind of like figure out what I'm supposed to do, because there's a lot to this game and like I don't fully know. It's just a lot of like, you know, possibilities, and like I can't do everything in one playthrough. Obviously, like I can't do all of these tasks in one playthrough, but it's about like, you know, doing what I can and or like, you know, pursuing what I can, and trying to, you know, just make progress at the end of the day, and like try to, you know, speak to Everard and like try to get into the harbor. So yeah, and just seeing what I can do, basically, just like experimenting and seeing what I can do, and hopefully not screwing myself out of a good ending, because that's also possible. You know, ending up in one person's pocket over the other. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that'll be this episode. So as always, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave a comment down below. If you have any tips or like non-spoilery tips, I mean, nobody ever, you know, leaves comments on these videos or watches them, but if you are watching this and you do happen to have like some non-spoilery tips on like how to, you know, get into the harbor without, you know, screwing myself over, or like how to like clever ways to get money or like things like that, like let me know. But again, don't spoil things for me, because I don't quite know like, you know, the optimal way to play this game, if there even is one. Yeah, I don't quite know what the tricks are to this game. So yeah, no spoilers, but yeah, if you have any tips or like advice on like what I should do next, then please let me know, because I would love to you know, have some pointers and like some kind of guidance as to maybe what I can do versus what I think is, you know, what I think is possible but are actually dead ends. So yeah, leave comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode for part 12 of Disco Elysium.